In the beginning, before the fall of man, before the garden was guarded by flaming swords, there was beauty, order, glory. Among the heavenly beings who stood closest to the throne of God, one stood out. Adorned in splendor, radiant with perfection, a creature beyond comprehension. The scriptures hint, whisper, conceal. But buried in the book of Ezekiel lies a mystery. Was Satan once a guardian cherub? This is his story. In Ezekiel chapter 28, the prophet speaks against the king of Tyre, a mortal king, proud, arrogant, but the language it shifts. It spirals upward beyond a throne of men to something higher, something ancient. You are the seal of perfection, God says, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You are in Eden, the garden of God. Who is God speaking to? The king of Tyre was never in Eden. He never walked among the stones of fire. He was not created perfect, nor was he cast out for pride. The passage unfolds like a vision torn from two worlds, one earthly, one divine. A human ruler becomes the shadow of a celestial rebel. You were anointed as a guardian cherub, for so I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God. You walked among the fiery stones. These are not the descriptions of a man, but of something older, greater. This being was exalted, positioned beside the divine, one who guarded the sacred, a cherub, not the chubby-winged angels of Renaissance art, but a blazing throne-bearer of the heavens. The Bible describes cherubim as creatures of glory and terror, multiple wings, eyes all around, swift and holy, stationed at the boundary between heaven and earth. They stood at the edges of the divine, where holy fire met creation. And this one, this guardian, was the highest among them. Until you were blameless in your ways from the day you were created, until wickedness was found in you. Wickedness found, not formed, a crack in perfection, a seed of pride. The scripture continues, your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. This was no small fall, it was cosmic. The brightness became arrogance, the splendor turned to self-worship. From the heights of heaven to the depths of the pit, the guardian became the accuser. But we ask, was this truly Satan? The name Satan means accuser, not a personal name, but a title. In the book of Job, Satan appears among the sons of God, asking permission to test the righteous. He is not yet the horned villain of medieval imagination. He is a prosecutor, a challenger. But somewhere between Eden and Revelation, the challenger becomes the deceiver. He grows hungrier, darker, more cunning. The prosecutor becomes the seducer. The heavenly being becomes the dragon of the abyss. Isaiah 14 offers another glimpse, another taunt, this time against the king of Babylon. How you have fallen from heaven, O morning star, son of the dawn. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens, I will make myself like the Most High. Again, a human king, but the imagery stretches beyond human pride into cosmic rebellion. Lucifer, light-bearer, morning star, a title not a name, yet over centuries it became synonymous with the devil. Could these be two views of the same fall? A cherub corrupted by pride, a star cast down, a serpent who once walked, now condemned to crawl. In Eden he is simply called the serpent, cunning, wise, more subtle than any beast, but was he a literal snake or something more? Ancient interpreters, Jewish and Christian, often saw the serpent as a divine being in disguise, a shining one. In Hebrew, the word nachash can mean serpent, but also carries the idea of brightness, of something that glistens. Could the shining serpent have once been a shining cherub? The garden was no ordinary orchard. It was the temple of creation, a sacred mountain, and like all holy places, it was guarded. When Adam and Eve were expelled, cherubim were placed at the gate, with flaming swords to block the way. They did not arrive, they returned. Because cherubim had always been there, and perhaps one of them turned. You were on the holy mount of God. You walked among the fiery stones. This was a priestly role, a protector of holiness, a servant of glory. But pride does not whisper, it devours. You were filled with violence and you sinned. So I drove you in disgrace from the mount of God, and I expelled you, O guardian cherub. Driven out, expelled, ashes in place of fire, shame instead of glory. Revelation 12 tells of a great war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The dragon and his angels fought back, but they were not strong enough, and the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan. He who leads the whole world astray. A third of the stars swept from heaven by his tail. Is this the final fall of the same being? A being who once guarded the throne and now seeks to usurp it. From guardian to accuser, from cherub to dragon. The transformation is not physical, it is spiritual. Pride distorts, it warps, it consumes. The one who once stood in perfect light is now ruler of the shadows. In 2 Corinthians, Paul writes that Satan masquerades as an angel of light. A mask, a memory of what he once was. But make no mistake, his power is real, his rage relentless. 1 Peter warns, your adversary the devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. He was created perfect, but now preys on imperfection. He was once a covering cherub, but now covers the world in deception. His fall was great, his shame eternal. And yet, he was not cast down without purpose. In the wisdom of God, even the fall of a cherub becomes a warning to kings, to nations, to souls. Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. In the end, the accuser will be silenced. The ancient serpent will be chained. And the one who covered the throne will bow before it. This is not just a story of Satan. It is a story of glory lost, of pride corrupted, of holiness desecrated. But it is also a warning to every soul crowned with beauty, to every heart lifted in pride, to every creature made to reflect the light. You were perfect until. And so across time and scripture, the echo remains, be vigilant, for even the highest among the host of heaven can fall, even the brightest light can become the deepest shadow, and the one who stood closest to the throne may one day be furthest from grace. He once guarded paradise, he now seeks to corrupt it. But the story does not end in his rebellion, it ends in his defeat. And in that final day, when the heavens roar and the throne is unveiled, the guardian turned tempter will meet justice, not with swords of men, but with the fire of divine judgment. The covering cherub unmasked, the serpent crushed, the dragon slain, all because of pride, all because he said in his heart, I will ascend. But heaven does not yield to pride. It casts it out forever.